Hello everyone, it's Jerry Caudell, the Yankee Creek Stitcher, and I am back for my final Flosstube of 2019. So this is going to be a wrap up and a whip parade. Thank you so much for returning if you are a regular subscriber, and thank you for stopping by if you're just dropping by. I hope you do hit that subscribe button. I reached over 3,000 subscribers, so look for an upcoming giveaway that'll be in early January 2020. Just didn't have an opportunity to get something together for this Flosstube. It was enough work trying to get my whips together for a whip parade. I didn't do one last year. I don't think, I might have, because I just didn't have very many whips last year, but wow, I made up for that this year. So, I guess it's New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2019. I might have already said that. I don't know what Flosstube number this is. It'll be posted, of course, when I post the video, but I guess just to catch up, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get a video in before the end of the year, so I'm glad I'm able to do that. But we had our 21st wedding anniversary trip vacation to New York City, Manhattan. It was amazing. It was all I hoped it would be. The only thing I was disappointed in was not enough snow. One day there was like kind of a snowburst type, maybe like a half an hour or so. No accumulation, very, very light if any. But we did get that for the one day. Our hotel room was 46 floors up, so it had a beautiful view of the city and out onto the Hudson. It was beautiful. You know, with some of the movies and stuff you see about New York City, you think it's dirty and homeless people everywhere, but we were about 5 or 6 blocks off of Times Square, and we went down there regularly. We were there 6 days, so almost every day we walked down there just to do different shopping, try out different foods. I had several recommendations from all of my watchers. A few people had suggested as a steakhouse was Gallagher's, and after I looked it up, pictures looked amazing, the food looked amazing, and the great thing was it was a block, like 2 blocks from the hotel and a block away from the Gershwin Theater that we went and seen Wicked. So it worked out perfectly. Oh, the steakhouse was amazing. If you are in New York City, go to Gallagher's. The food was outstanding. The ambiance, dark, dimly lit. They had some great holiday music playing in the background. Truly enjoyed our time there. And then, of course, Wicked was my first Broadway show experience, and wow, amazing. I thought our little local theaters are great, and they are great. But wow, to see the efforts put into the Broadway, I guess, you know, just the setting, I can't think of the word. You know, all the different props and everything around them. Wow, super, super awesome. Enjoyed every minute of our time there. One day we just didn't do anything. We stayed in our hotel room, and we was on like a corner room, and so we seen just a wide expanse. So we had the curtains open and just enjoyed the beautiful day. One day the high temperature was 16 for the high. Very cold. But the rest of the time was like mid-30s, low 40s. So it wasn't too bad to get out and walk. It's what you would expect this time of the year. As we left New York City, we went and stopped Friday evening and stopped to visit our family in New Jersey. We had dinner with them Friday evening before we headed back early Saturday morning. We drove back home all day Saturday, which ironically was actually the date of our wedding anniversary, December 21st. So we spent our actual anniversary driving home for 12 hours. But that's okay. It was just the two of us. We enjoyed our time together. Let's see. Of course, the holidays were amazing. I finally gotten to the point, all the hubbub with all the buying the gifts and so on and so forth. We, with the kids this year, we said, look, we got vacation and everything. We're smack dab in the middle of the Christmas. So we just did big money gifts, and I only had to buy literally a handful of gifts for others. It was so nice. It was so nice just to enjoy family and food. That's all I really care about anymore. Some of these places we do the gift exchanges and stuff, and they're fun, don't get me wrong. But wow, I just love going there, chit-chatting, catching up with family that you might not have seen, or you don't see as frequently throughout the year. And of course, so much food at every place, and so good. So I hope everyone else had a very Merry Christmas, and I'll say it at the end, but hopefully everyone has a very happy, prosperous, healthy, safe, especially tonight, new year in 2020. Okay, so, oh yeah, that's what I was sorry. From New York City to New Jersey, we were able to stop, and I had been at it once before when we went to visit our family in New Jersey, the cross-stitch shop, Ye Old Cross Stitchery in Bristol, Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, that little store is cram-packed full of, probably if you need it, they've got it. Because I found a few things that I needed there, and I'll share those with you. But awesome little shop. Someone else had mentioned, oh shoot. I can't remember the other cross-stitch shop someone had mentioned to me on Instagram. They have all the silk weaver fabric. Needleworker's Delight, maybe? I think that was it. Didn't have the opportunity to go there, but maybe next time. Because from the map, it didn't look too far away. So, okay. So, the agenda for this Flosstube is going to be showing you my haul and gifts from the holidays and from since my last Flosstube. Going over my plans for 2020 stitching. Then I will share with you my 2019 stats. And then I will do a whip parade in the form of a ditch or stitch. And I got this idea from watching Creatively Yours, Debbie. She did a whip parade. Oh, I don't remember the day she posted it, but I watched it this past week. I was able to catch up on a bunch of Flosstubes this past week. And I have truly enjoyed my time of, I've stitched quite a bit since my last Flosstube. So, but I was watching Debbie, and she went through all of her whips, and as she showed each whip, told us if she enjoyed stitching it or not, and if she didn't, she was ditching it. Now, what she did as far as stitching, you know, I don't know. Some of it she was going to rip out, start on something else. One of them I know she considered selling because it was a pretty popular item. So that's the format I'm going to use, because as I was going through them, I realized some of them I'm not as crazy about as I was when I first started stitching. So, let's see. Oh, and before I start my whip parade, I will pause and rearrange. As you can see, I'm in a different background today. This is in my bedroom, and this is the tree that's in my bedroom. But I have so much stuff that I'm going to be showing you. I just needed more room to spread out. So I got me a comfy pillow sitting on my floor, and I thought this would be a nice, appropriate background for today. And also, several people had mentioned that they could not hear me as well. Sorry, they could not hear me as well, and the video was small. And as my husband was watching it, he was like, yeah, it's small, it's not getting big. Yes, I used a new film app, or video app, and trying to figure some things out. I chose the wrong format when I first added the video into that app. So hopefully this video will look better, and I'm trying to be more conscious of talking louder. So hopefully this video will be better. I apologize for those of you that had trouble hearing or actually seeing all the details. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to get into my haul and gifts that I had received, and then we'll get into plans. And I brought me a cup of joe because just from this amount of talking, my mouth's already drying out. Okay, so and I will say that some shops, well, one shop had really good sale, and actually still has the sale going on. Threads Entwined at threadsentwined.com. She is having 35% off pretty much her entire website, everything except fabric bowls and something else. I don't remember what it was, but wow. She is going to start shipping them out. I ordered them a week or two ago, and she is going to start sending them out in the mail tomorrow. So that and another item I will not get until tomorrow. So we'll see those on the next Flosstube. Okay, so for those of you that watch Priscilla and Chelsea, Priscilla had stitched the Prairie Schooler Christmas alphabet and used wooden house garland that she had found at Target. Well, wowzer. I went to Target and actually found 2 packs. And let me tell you, I scoured those dollar spot racks probably about half an hour. Like, I dug through every single one. I went through it the first time fairly quickly. Didn't find any. I went quickly, probably 10-15 minutes, because you know the dollar spot area is pretty you know, full most of the time. So I didn't find any. So I went back again, dug deeper in every single shelf, and came across one of these in one area and another pack in a totally separate area. So I did score 2 of those. Very excited about that, because that finish that she had is absolutely gorgeous. And that leads me to my purchase at the Eel Cross Stitchery. I was able, well, I seen this one and loved it. Oh, Christmas Tree by All Through the Night. Oh, sorry, pretty glary. Loved all the little details in there. Because it was a pretty nice size. It's 131 by 101. But I loved all the details in that tree. It reminds me of a JBW design. I also was able to find this chart. Love this. This is Miss Baxter's Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. Absolutely love this. I have Miss Baxter's house that's already a whip, but I've seen this a while back. It's been on my want list for a while, and they had it, so I snagged it up. Oh, and Threads Entwined, her sale is going on through mid-January, so you still have plenty of time to get on there. I've actually went on there. I have 3 different orders. My first order I did while we was in New York City. The second one I did when I got home, and the third one was like a few days after that. Anywho, hands-on design, Holly Jolly Farm. I love every one of these charts. Love, love, love. I think this is probably my favorite one. And this is where I found the Prairie Schooler Christmas alphabet. So I was thrilled to get some of the charts that has been on my wish list. And this one as well. This, I don't remember. I must have seen it posted on Instagram. This was an Etsy. She has an Etsy shop. And I think she had a sale on her charts, or somebody shared these ornaments or something. They're little prim ornaments. It's called Primitive Christmas Balls. But it includes the cross-stitch chart. It's not a very good picture. It includes the charts for each of these. And then also the pattern, because they're fabric, the fabric balls. So it also includes the pattern to make those into an ornament. Let's see. Then, oh, Misty Purcell, she had a sale, and I think it was while I was in New York, that she had not a sale, she had a new fabric release and had some new charts in her store, Etsy shop. So I snagged, I'd never seen this before, but I seen it. Oh, need this Waxing Moon Designs. It's January. I love that scene. But it says, snow comes softly in the dark of night. When we awake, the world is white. In January, when there's snow, we get our sleds and away we go. I love that. Back when I was about, 20 years younger, it's been a while since we had a really good snow around here, but when we was younger, we seemed to have more frequent snows, but we would go sled riding with my cousins. Great memories. I also grabbed this one. I don't think I had seen this one. Merry Yuletide from Brenda Gervais. Look at that. Gorgeous. Old Santa pulling the little snowman in the wagon. Love that. And of course, I had to buy fabric. I love Misty's fabric. And she actually had some other, I grabbed 40 count Snow Day. It's a beautiful, a blue-gray kind of color. Love that. I got a, fat eighth of that. And she also had Weeks Dye Works 40 count Confederate Gray. And it's actually was able to get a fat half of it. So this is just half of it. Of course, it's doubled over. So nice big piece of fabric, because you'll find out in my plans why I'm snagging up some fabric. Also, this was shared into one of the groups I'm in on Facebook. I don't remember which one it was. It's from the Little Stitcher. It was a freebie chart that she shared. It says, keep the flame. Like I said, it was a freebie. I don't know if she has a Facebook or if it was shared to one of the groups that I'm in, but just a simple little stitch, but so pretty. The candle and the snowflakes. I really like that. And I also follow Carolyn Manning Designs. And wow, she has some beautiful charts she has released here recently. And I had watched Shauna and Donna with Stitching and Doodah. They had both stitched. They were stitching together. Granny is no square, and I just loved it. So when I was perusing Carolyn's website, she had a 20% off sale. I think it was 20% off. She had a sale. She had a different colorway in it. This is the Granny is No Square 2, and it's in the colorway Daybreak. So it has beautiful oranges and yellows. Really pretty. This, of course, this is a black and white printout. Sorry. That's all I have here at home is a black and white printer. But love it. Love, love, love it. And I purchased something else, and I'll share that with you in a moment from Carolyn. Okay, a Christmas gift. My mom asked what I would like for Christmas, and I had some cross-stitch items that I wanted, so she was gracious enough. 123 Stitch had Glendon Place charts on sale, and I loved this one after I seen Dina stitch it and finish it. It's just beautiful. I'll be home for Christmas, so she purchased that for me, and along with that, she gave me a $50 gift card, and that is one of the items I'm getting from 123 Stitch tomorrow. I shared on my last Flosstube, I purchased Rosewood Manor, Autumn Quakers, and Winter Quakers. Well, I need the Valdani flosses because there is no conversion from for the Valdani flosses that she converted in the chart. So there may be a conversion out there on the web. But I went on 123 Stitch. They had the Valdani thread packs for the Autumn Quakers and the Winter Quakers. So I used my gift card, and that's what I purchased with my gift card. So that'll be here tomorrow. So that'll be all ready to go whenever I get around to starting those. And I had also, of course, Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl. She is always sharing some, well, not always, but she frequently shares projects from Buttermilk Basin. So I had found a couple of books that I really wanted, and this is the Best of Buttermilk Basin book. I think every single project in here I want to do. There's quilts and wool applique projects. I just love their projects. So I got that one, and I got Christmas at Buttermilk Basin. Love that stocking. And I love doing embroidery, so that is just embroidery, yeah. An embroidery and applique option. So yeah, can't wait to start working on some of those projects. Okay, that was all of my haul and gifts, but like I said, I do have a couple of purchases to be received within the next week or so, so I'll share those next Flosstube. Let's see. So that goes into my 2020 plans. So, upon going through and trying to inventory, my goal from the get-go was to enter all of my charts into an Excel sheet, just so that I could quickly reference. When I seen a chart, I could go see, do I already have that chart, so I don't have to buy it again? Going through that process of inventorying my charts, I only got through maybe 30 or 40 charts, and had so many charts that I didn't remember that I had, that I just love. And I have linens, I have floss. I need to stitch from stash, and I was going to do that last year, And I think I have enough time under my belt now, because, you know, you start into this hobby and it's not difficult to go kind of crazy and get caught up into the hype of all these new charts that come out. And it's, ooh, you know, you want to get all the new things. So, and as I said last year, if it's new charts, it's going to be here for a while. So stitch the older things. So I really, really want to stick to my guns and stitch from stash, because I have lots of charts that I want to stitch and to get up into my home. So when I get that urge, I'm going to go to my filing cabinets and I'm going to pilfer through my charts and say, see, you already have all this stuff that you really want to stitch. And hopefully that will be convincing enough to stop me from purchasing. So my goal is to stitch from stash, and oh heck, I meant to look. I believe it's Rayma's Creations on Instagram. She started a hashtag, and the hashtag is stitch 20, the number 20, stitch 20 from stash in 2020. So each of the numbers is 20202020. Stitch 20 from stash in 2020. And she's posted her 20 items that she has in stash, whether it's starts from charts she has in her stash or whips that she already has in her stash. Basically, whatever she currently has, that is what she's going to stitch on. She's not going to make new purchases. I haven't picked out my 20, so still need to do that. So join in if you like. Like I said, there's a hashtag, and I believe it was Rayma's Creations. I apologize if it's not. And then my next plan for 2020 is, I had mentioned last Flosstube that Dina with half stitch cross stitch was going to start a real snow job, the Heaven and Earth design, a real snow job. She was starting at January 1st, and I'm starting at January 1st as well. And she had actually, because I didn't know if she knew that I was going to do it as well. Well, she commented on my last Flosstube. She's super excited that we're both going to be stitching this. And anyone else, some of you had mentioned that you've wanted to do a full coverage. Someone else had a chart by Jane Wooster Scott. I think it was Vibrant Vistas, and I've seen that, and it's a beautiful chart as well. So if you have a full coverage chart or Jane Wooster of Scott, join along. I thought about making a hashtag. I'm not sure if Dina has done that or not, but you know, something as simple as a real snow job SAL. So I don't know, nothing official right now, but that will be started tomorrow. I actually have, and I had showed you last time, I do have that set up on a frame. I don't stitch, I always stitch in hand. So that is the only thing I have on a frame. But this is the chart. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? It is just so beautiful. It is 450 by 378. But I'm super excited. I started this last year. I don't know if I did this, started it on January 1st. I'm not sure why I had started it last year, but I had literally put about 20 stitches in, was not motivated to do it. Because there's a method to the madness on stitching a full coverage Heaven and Earth design, or any full coverage at that for that matter. I've watched some videos. It's kind of a, you know, a learning process, whether you do a parking method or with the confetti stitching, you really gotta have some kind of method, because you can't start and stop every single different color of thread. So that, let's see, and then Another new start I have is, I mentioned earlier, Carolyn Manning Designs. She designed a temperature chart, and in Stitchin' Mommy, she had done a hot air balloon and a tree, that the leaves were the different colors representing the temperatures. Carolyn Manning, she did it in granny square fashion. Sorry, black and white again, but each of the diamond shapes, each day, you'll go through and get your, and people are using, you can use the high temperature for the day, you can use the low temperature for the day, you can get the average temperature for the day. Some people are, for the winter, they're using the low temperature. For summertime, they're using the high temperature. And like the fall and spring, they're taking the average. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. But once you get whatever temperature you want to use, you go to your range, and there's the diamond pattern that you use for that temperature to put your block, or to stitch your blocks together. And I had seen a lot of people go through and stitch, because if you stitch it on a lighter, you know, your preference, but there's also a border, a charted border to use, and I've been watching lots of people going through and stitching up the border so that they can just fill in the diamonds each day as they go throughout the year. But of course that's on the, well, you can color, you know, whatever thread floss colors you want to use. But I thought instead of stitching the layout, all of those diamonds, I'm going to use just a dark fabric and not have to do all of that extra stitching. So, oh heck, I had posted on Instagram last night because I had a couple different fabrics. One was Midnight from Luminous Fiber Arts, and another one was a Solo Dark Gray from Luminous Fiber Arts, a 32 count and a 28 count. And because I went through and did a color conversion. I wasn't crazy about the colors, all of the colors that she had charted. And she, of course, said, use whatever colors you want to, convert them however you want to. So I went through and chose, if she had 5 blues, I went kind of more on the purple hue of the blues, because I wanted purples in there, but she really didn't chart any purples, which makes sense. Because really, you know, hot and cold, you think of a blue and red for hot. So to get some of the purple in there, I went towards a more purpley blue. So those were my blues. So there was 5 blues, 5 reds, 7 oranges, which I changed into oranges, yellowish. So I just went through and converted. Some of them I did keep the same. So these are my colors, and I ended up, I had posted last night that I went ahead and chose Midnight, the darker color, which I think there was more people leaning towards the darker just because it makes the colors pop, which, you know, I totally get that. That's what I was leaning towards anyway. But as I was going through and putting everything else back up, I actually had purchased this at Yo Cross Stitchery. It is Dusk from Picture This Plus. It's a 32 count. And so it's black. It has some modeling in there. I don't know if you can see it really well, but you can see the modeling. But primarily it's black. So I went ahead and I totally went without the other two and went with this one. But I love the bright colors on here and how that's gonna turn out. So there's so much exciting things happening tomorrow. Carolyn Manning temperature. You can finally start stitching your temperatures. a real snow job kicks off. And that leads me to my next 2020 plan is Cheryl McKinney's Daily 30 group on Facebook. She is amazing in this group. It is a closed group. She keeps the membership low, which is totally understandable because you have to understand her and her moderators. This is totally volunteer. This is for us to enjoy. So I understand the need to keep the group small. So if you try to join, she's going to tell you the group's closed, but be patient. You know, every once in a while, people do drop out, and she'll have a few slots open back up. But anyway, her group, she puts this all together herself, which amazes me. Throughout the year, she has different prompts for you. But she is doing, it's a year long, you have the entire year to accomplish this, but it's a scavenger hunt. She is going to release a list of scavenger hunt items. 20 items you can usually find inside your home. 20 items you can typically find outside your home. And 10 items could be inside or outside. You can choose. And a few weeks ago, she had us go through and pick 3 whips. 3 whips that we wanted to concentrate on because it's a year-long scavenger hunt, and lots of stitches will be going into 3 projects. So if there were some projects you really wanted to get done, this is the time to do it. So I chose heartstring samplery, and I'll show you these charts when I get to them in my whip parade. Hibernation Day that I started December 14th. Then I chose Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler that I started on my birthday. And the third one was, and she said to pick kind of a smaller one for mobility wise, you know, to go outside and take pictures. Antique Rooster Sampler from JBW Designs. So I'll show each of those to you. They are whips. Some people are doing starts, some people are doing whips, some of both. All 3 of mine are whips. And as you finish a whip, you can declare another whip, but you'll have those 3 whips in that rotation. So I'm super excited because those charts I really want to get done along with my other 50. So yeah, that kicks off tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's just gonna be awesome. An awesome stitchy day. Okay. Further on out in the year, I'm sure everyone's aware of Stitch Mania. Last year, this 2019, I did early Stitch Mania, which I had a brand new start every single day in April. May, it gets warm around here and there's just too much stuff going on outside. I just don't have a lot of time to devote to start stitching or starting something every day in May. So this past year, Jen Lee with Quirks and Stitches, she did March Madness, which was a new start. She might have done more than that. I don't remember her exact format that she used, but she did March Madness. So March, it's still cold around here. So I'm going to have a lot more stitching time to devote to whatever I want to stitch on in March. So I am doing March Madness instead of Mania. And you'll see in my whip parade that, like I said, I had a new start each day in April. I didn't make a whole lot of progress on those new starts that I did in April. So my March Madness is going to consist of course, I have listed each day what chart I started. So first day of March, I'm going to pull out my first start that I had in April. And that's what I want to stitch on that day. I'm going to focus on that chart that day. So everything I stitched in April, I will be stitching in March, devoting more time in March to those charts. So that's March Madness. And then in July, I love doing a Christmas in July. That is going to be devoted to ornaments and Christmas whips. I don't have any ornament whips right now. So I'll be starting ornaments and stitching on Christmas themed whips in July. So that's my July plans for Christmas in July. Whew. Did that. Okay. I think that's my 2020 plans. I think that's plenty for me to work on. Yeah. So I'm excited to do this Stitch from Stash. Like I said, there's a lot of charts that I already have that I really, really want to stitch and get it in my home. So without further ado, we will move on into the statistics and the whip parade. So let me switch out the purchases and gifts, and I will bring all my whips over, and we'll go through one by one in chronological order of what I still have as stitching whips. Hold on.